You are now watching Zach Lesage, the best place to learn about competitive Pokemon TCG. Let's get it! Yo, what's poppin' YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Zach Lesage here. Word up. Today we're going to be covering over Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX. Now, this is the type of deck that a lot of peeps have been like, yo, this deck is the best deck in format, Zach. Why have you not covered this deck more? And to be honest, I'm covering it here now. I'm personally worried about Psychic-type Pokemon in the format, especially as we've seen Shadow Rider and Dragapult go all the way to the top. That being said, maybe it's going to be able to do well when Dark decks do come back. I mean, ETERNATUS might be right around the corner to try to capitalize on that Dark weakness. It is weak to fighting. There's no more weak discard energy, nowhere to hide. Maybe that's where it's going to be at. That being said, if you haven't already given this video a like, what are you doing? Give this video a like, it really helps boost the video to other Pokemon fans. Subscribe to the channel. We just passed 5,500. We're so close to 5,600. Let's get it. And leave a comment below if you like Rapid Strike Urshifu. Lots of cool stuff going on here, peeps, so check it out. The list is in the description, so feel free to copy and paste that right into PTCGO and play along with this video. I'll catch up with all of y'all. Let's go into this deck profile. So here we have our Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX deck list. So we're going to be focusing on the Urshifu VMAX. We have the Gale Thrust, where you do 30 plus an additional 120 if you move from the bench to the active spot. We've certainly added a bunch of cards in this deck to make that happen. So we want to continuously have some sort of damage output, and Gale Thrust is a really good standard for this deck. So we have Escape Rope that can allow us to move to the active spot. We have Switch. We have Tower of Waters. We can even manually retreat with our energies. And we have Air Balloon. Certainly have a lot of ways to make that happen. Really where this deck becomes absolutely broken is G-Max Rapid Flow. So you discard all energies from this Pokemon, and it does 120 to 2 of your opponent's Pokemon. Now that Mew from Unbroken Bonds is no longer in our formats, it does make it incredibly awkward for your opponent to play around that, because they really can't play around it. Things, if they have Drizzile on their bench or anything else, are just going to get wiped off the face of the planet, and they're really not going to have an opportunity to stop you. There's really no card in the format that will stop you. Additionally, this deck does play a Quick Shooting Inteleon. Quick Shooting Inteleon is an extension of the Shady Dealings Drizzile. So you want to be able to evolve into Drizzile, Shady Dealings, fetch out cards as you need them. Like I said, Escape Ropes, the Switch. Maybe you want to use Energy Search. Yep, Energy Search is a valid card now, peeps. Energy Spinner is out of the format, and you want to be searching for basic energies. And this is really the best way to do it right now for kind of any kind of deck. So Psychic decks have Fog Crystal, which is a little bit better. Energy Search in this deck works pretty well. So you want to be searching out cards and then evolving into Inteleon with Quick Shooting, so you can kind of amplify the output that you're doing with either Gale Thrust or G-Max Rapid Flow, so you can draw multi-prize card turns. You have Passimian, which allows you to do extra damage to your opponent's bench Pokemon V, because there's no more GX Pokemon in our standard format now, our post-rotation standard. We have Telescopic Sight. Again, we can amplify that even more. We also have Medicham V. Medicham V is Rapid Strike, so you can power this up with a Rapid Strike energy. You can put 2 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon, and if they're knocked out by that, you can take another turn. 2 damage counters is not a lot, but when you compare it to being able to search out what you want with Drizzile and doing extra damage with Quick Shooting and maybe lining something up with G-Max Rapid Flow or Gale Thrust, this attack can certainly OHKO something, and then you can get an extra turn. If you ever fall behind on anything, you can always use Raihan to attach a basic energy card from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon, which can allow you to set up a G-Max Rapid Flow in a single turn to really kind of raise the pressure. Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX was able to win the Players' Cup 3, the Players' Cup 4, the Players' Cup Invitational, and it did really well. My list is heavily based off of Azul's winning list from the Full Grip 1K event. I think I only changed 1 or 2 cards, if anything. But overall, this deck seems really good. You want to avoid the Psychic-type decks because there's no more Jirachi GX in this deck to stop your Psychic-type weakness. But the goal of this deck is to really apply early pressure with Gale Thrust, use G-Max Rapid Flow, Quick Shooting, and some of your other damage modifiers with Telescopic Sight, the Passimian, stuff like that, and then maybe get your opponent stuck in a yoga loop play where you could draw extra prize cards, or you could go ahead and take an extra turn or anything else like that. Overall, this deck seems incredibly powerful, incredibly well constructed, so we'll have to give it a whirl and see some gameplay. Okay, so we're going to call the coin flip against my home slice Vaughn. It's hard to find people to play these post-rotation games with. Not entirely sure what deck that he's going to be playing, but we'll see exactly what we get going on. We're gonna try to make Rapid Strike Urshifu do Rapid Strike Urshifu things, really showcase what this deck can do, and why it's so powerful in the metagame. So, I mean, our hand here is not particularly great, but we will be able to get out a Rapid Strike Urshifu with a Quick Ball. We have access to Evolution Incense for next turn, so we're just going to wait on the Sobble. I think it's always better to just, like, sit and vibe out. Okay, so we've been looking at it a few times, and oh, we're playing against Eternatus! Don't let the art of this card look. It is Dark type, and it's weak to fighting. So this is absolutely amazing for us. Now, they might want to focus on their Galarian Moltres V. That's something that it's weak to grass, not fighting. So you want to make sure with some of these dark Pokemon that you're figuring out what you're figuring out. But so far, it's not too bad. Now, I think our goal here, they can hit for 190. Let's go ahead and go Quick Ball. Quick Ball away. I think Air Balloon sounds pretty good. I think I'm going to have to take away the Inteleon here with Quick Shooting. Take a good deep look through the deck, because the Rapid Strike Urshifu V seems incredibly strong. And then I'm going to go ahead and look through all of these things. Yeah, so I think we have a pretty good start here, as long as we have some of our VMAXs, which we do. I'm going to go ahead and put down the Tower of Waters. That's going to give us a little bit of less retreat. Take away that Old Cemetery, because we don't necessarily want to take any extra damage counters that could add up with Aura Burn. We're going to go like this, Sobble, retreats. We're going to go ahead and strafe, and we're going to switch this Pokemon with one of our bench Pokemon. So we're just going to go right back into the Sobble. We have the Air Balloon, and we have the Evolution Incense. The Evolution Incense is probably just going to search out a Professor's Research. So one thing that you'll notice in the post-rotation format is there's a lot of these decks that are just playing Sobbles, Drizzles, and Inteleons. It's likely the strongest engine that we have available. Some decks like Eternatus cannot play it. So understanding these engine, or the Inteleon engine, is going to be very important when it comes to understanding this format. So it looks like Vaughn's going to go ahead and try to get everything set up with those Galarian Moltres, try to focus on that. But if there's anything else that we can knock out, things like Zigzagoons or things like that's also weak to grass, we can kind of avoid their Galarian Moltres V and gain extra turns and stuff like that. So there's another Pokemon that we could definitely hit into. They do have the other energy, so they are going to take a prize card. They're going to take the 30, and I think we're just going to go ahead and hit them for the 150 up in the active spots, and we might even be able to hit a couple things for knockouts after that. So let's go ahead and send up Sobble, because Sobble's going to have the free retreat. And no matter whatever happens, oh, we're going to go for the Evolution Incense here, and we have the Level Ball. So let's go Level Ball first. Level Ball's going to go grab Drizzile. Drizzle's a great card for us to grab. Now, before we do anything else, we do have access to Evolution Incense. Let's go Evolution Incense for the Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX. Before you do anything, you want to make sure that you always evolve before you retreat, because of Gale Thrust. If you retreat then evolve, it doesn't count that you move from the active spots or to the active spot. So in case anyone's wondering how to play this deck to the utmost correct, this Pokemon is also not a Rapid Strike Pokemon, so Tower of Waters would not work out great with it. So let's just evolve. First, either way, I think I'm going to attach the... Actually, I might attach the Air Balloon there. Maybe not. You want to know what? I think I'm going to attach the Air Balloon to the active either way. So I'm going to go ahead and evolve this Pokemon. I mean, I guess no matter what, it's better for us to retreat first. Normally, I wouldn't say retreat, but in case I do decide that I want to attach to a different Pokemon, to the active, let's say, I'm going to see how this looks. I do want to grab a Professor's Research. So Professor's Research allowing us to just get a decent setup, but we will be able to hit 150 there. Let's put the Air Balloon on this Pokemon, and I'm going to go for Professor's Research. Trying to get set up with more Sobbles, if that's a possibility at all. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and go... Level Ball goes here, because I want to go Level Ball, search my deck for another Sobble, so we have access to Drizzile things. When it comes to having an energy or anything else like that, I don't think it's worthwhile. I also don't see any issue to put down Passimian. And overall, I think we're in a good spot. We do have access to Raihan next turn to grab things, or we do have access to other things to grab things. So it looks like we're setting up for a pretty good multi-prize card setup next turn. So we're going to go ahead and go Gale Thrust on the active for 150. And what this does, it puts them to 180, so if they do decide to attack with Aura Burn, they could just be a damage counter ping away. We also have access to Medicham, so Medicham is going to allow us to potentially hit into other things and have a multi-prize card turn. I'm actually fine getting Marnied, and the reason also I didn't attach an energy that turn is because there's no one I really want to attach an energy to. This is completely fine. We have a lot of access to things like Telescopic Sight, so we could go Snipe, Snipe. We could actually win the game next turn, depending on what Vaughn gets out this turn. So I think we're in a really great spot to draw things. The more Crobats that Vaughn just puts down, the better situation that we are in. They can't play Mew. Mew's also just not in the format. So if we could just get off a Rapid Strike, doing a GMAX Rapid Flow, 120 plus 30, plus another 30, we could do 180, 180, and then we could just clean this off with Inteleons or even hit it with Passimian. So I think we're in an incredibly strong position to just get everything that we want. And especially if they hit themselves in the active, I think we're in a very good spot. So we could go ahead and see how this plays out, but we really want to go for the energy if we have access to it. So we'll go Telescopic Sight goes down here. And we win the game with Quick Shooting Inteleon and a Rapid Strike energy. So let's go with Crobat first. I don't want to do anything with Drizzile yet because I'm not entirely sure what we're going to get with Drizzile. Now, I think we did prize one of our energies actually, and there's no way for us to really search one out. So you want to know what? Maybe we will go like this. So let's go with Drizzile. Let's draw more cards and have those available to us and thin out our hand as well. So we're going to go for an Evolution Incense for the Quick Shooting Inteleon. There's the Quick Shooting Inteleon. And we're going to go ahead and evolve there. We're not going to use it first. We're going to use Crobat first so that we could potentially get into the energy. And we did get the energy, so here's exactly how we're going to do it. So we're going to be doing 120, 130, or 150, 180. So yeah, we'll go ahead and go for the Well Played. We go 20 damage there, and we're going to be able to knock out Crobats to take all 6 prize cards in one turn. It's absolutely a fantastic turn for us. I mean, it's a good matchup, but we didn't even hit the ETERNATUS, so this is really where the deck gains its true strength. So GMAX Rapid Flow, knock out both of those. 180, 180. You know you love to see 6 prize cards in one turn. Absolutely, this is the deck at its absolute finest. Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX is broken. So playing another game against Vaughn. Also, Vaughn's one of my Shuffle Squad team members, teammates. So totally check out the Shuffle Squad. Check out Vaughn on Twitter. All that good stuff. Really good player. So we're going to try again, see exactly what's going on here. I'm actually pretty okay with our start here. I think just starting with this Pokemon seems good. Like, we don't have a great hand, and I find that Urshifu can be clunky like this sometimes. We're not going to put anything down because, like, they can't Marty us, they can't play Reset Stamp, so it's actually better in our post-rotation format to just sit there. Oh, what? They got a Lombre off the top deck with top entry. That's crazy. So they're probably either playing, like, a Zacian deck or a Suicune deck, yeah. So I think it's a cool concept. They just increase the damage with Enthusiastic Dance, with Ludicolo. If we get an Evolution... Okay, so we got a Quick Ball. That's really... not too bad. We're just going to go for our Sobbles. We have access to Energy Search. So I'm cool with that too. We can look through our entire deck. I think it's always worthwhile. We do have that Crobat there, so I think we're probably going to pitch away. Medicham seems like it could be good, but we could always get it back with Ordinary Rod later on, so I'm also fine with that. I don't know if there's anything else that we'd want to be hitting on the bench. Like, to me, I think we'd want to be hitting other Suicunes with telescopic sights. So let's go ahead and go Fighting Energy here. I'm going to go Quick Ball, pitch this away. And just try to get a setup with a Crobat because our hand is dead otherwise. So we already have the telescopic sight, we have the energy, we have the Tower of Waters. I don't think they play stadiums in this deck. And just like understanding what's going on into your opponent's deck is going to be huge. I see that we have another Sobble. So I'm feeling really good about this hand because we have access to Evolution, Incense, and other things. We're just going to go ahead and go Strafe. Strafe going right into... I think Crobat's actually the best Pokemon for us to put down, or send up. I wouldn't even mind like a Sobble, but at the same time we have access to Drizzile, and I'd like to have my army of like quick shooting Inteleons to really bring those numbers up. Because as we saw in the last game, when you're able to go Telescopic Sight, Passimian, and then that wasn't even including like quick shooting on those Pokemon, you could really hit some large numbers. So I'd like to like take multi-prize card knockouts on things like Suicune. If possible. Now there is an argument where I could have sent up a Sobble, and that would have been something for Tower of Waters. I could have free retreated. Again, I don't think they play stadiums, but they might not even be able to get out of the active spots, and that's another thing that we also have to consider. Whereas I could just search my deck for a Switch, an Air Balloon, an Escape Rope, things like that, and really start wrecking havoc on my opponent's setup. And that's really what I'm looking for. If we also knock out their Lombres before they evolve, I think we're in a good spot. Okay, so they're just using Sylveon's Dream Gift. I think that's a cool idea. Searching their deck for something. I really don't have any issues with that at all. We might even just try to go for a Boss's Orders, hit into the Suicune, or hit into something else. I honestly don't know what we'd want to hit in here. I might just go full on. We got the Escape Rope. We don't need to search for nothing. Let's go for the Urshifu VMAX. And yeah, let's go for Escape Rope. So we evolved. We're ready to take some things out. They can go 220. So if they get, we can actually knock out this and this maybe. Knock out the Guru and the Lombre because they can't necessarily evolve. It's 2 prize cards, I mean, but it seems fine. I'm going to go for a Drizzile. I'm just trying to get set up here at the same point. So let's go Drizzile. Drizzile is going to go ahead and grab... We have a Quick Ball that can grab us out. We can pitch something away. So let's go ahead and try to do that. So let's go Drizzile, pitch away this Quick Ball, because I don't think there's much that I want with Quick Balls at this point. Quick Ball, away Quick Ball for another Rapid Strike Urshifu V, which I also think is going to be very important. We're going to go Drizzile, search our deck for a Professor's Research so that we can get set up here. We're going to go Urshifu V goes down. Now, I do have the opportunity to either knock out the Lotad, or I could try to go for a boosted next turn. I think I'm going to go ahead and go for the Rapid Strike Energy to survive an extra turn. I think it just works out with having more energy in play. So let's go for the Rapid Strike Energy here, and then we're going to research, pitcher, hand away, see exactly what we have access to. Now, when it comes to things, I think I want to have access to quick shooting Inteleons. So I'm just going to go like this and give myself access to an Evolution Incense, because having access to double quick shooting Inteleon seems quite strong. We have access to another research, and I'm feeling good about that. So let's go ahead and just go G-Max Rapid Flow. We're absolutely going to yeet some of these energies away. And we're going to knock out Lombre. And you want to what? Let's just knock out Lombre and Lotad. Or maybe we'll knock out Lombre and the Suicune. I think that sounds like a really good comment. Or we're going to hit the Suicune hard, because then we could just kind of hit it with the Rapid Strike Urshifu. So let's go ahead and hit those two. So we don't immediately have to worry about them going Lombre, evolving into Ludicolo, Scoop Up Net, attacking us. Oh, and we actually got the quick shooting Inteleon there. I think that seems absolutely amazing. So far we're in a really good spot, drawing an early prize card. And Vaughn's going to be able to evolve and do some things, and Maybe he'll be able to top deck how the Lombre works. It's only at the beginning of the turn, so you can't use any cool things with fleet-footed. But as long as we avoid getting this, then he has to go for attack, 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 attack 4 turns. So we're trying to win in the next 3 turns on our side to win. And I think that's quite possible. Because next turn we're going to be drawing 2 prize cards, then we set up for another thing. So as long as we could get this Rapid Strike Urshifu attacking, I feel very good with that. And so far, I think I'm right with the call where they don't play any supporters of any kind. So I think we're in a pretty good spot there. The Tool Scrapper doesn't really matter. I think they're just really playing things. Okay, cool. So we're actually in a great spot here, where we could just kind of get everything that we ever wanted to set up. So let's try to go for that. I mean, we're really looking for energy, but if it doesn't necessarily happen, I'm cool with that too. So let's go for Evolution Incense. We're going to search our deck for this Inteleon, because I think that sounds like a really good idea. Let's go through our deck, see if there's anything else that we just don't want. At this point, I really don't care about having another Sobble. I should have grabbed something else. Actually, I should have grabbed something else I could have discarded. I could have grabbed Drizzle and then grabbed the Sobble. Or kept the Sobble in the deck. That might have been a little bit of a better play, but let's go for these 2. This is enough for us to knock out the Zigzagoon, because we could go 20-20. So let's go ahead and go Professor's Research now, pitching this entire hand away. And as long as we get an energy, we're going to be able to do some decent damage. So yeah, we did get the energy. We did get a Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX. So let's go ahead and quick shooting here. 20 there. 20 there. We'll see whoever Vaughn decides to send up, which puts us in a really good spot, because whatever Vaughn decides to send up is going to get hit with 150 damage. So we're going to go ahead here, and sometimes people forget which Pokemon they're setting up, thinking that it's the end of the turn, and that's one thing that quick shooting can do. When your opponent's drawing a prize card, you might be like, okay, it's about my turn, I'm going to start off and have fleet-footed. I think that's where Vaughn's really struggling here. We are going to go for another Evolution Incense to start getting some of this extra damage down. So let's start focusing on a weaker type Pokemon. Let's go quick shooting. Now, after this, we'll only have 2 prize cards left. So I think the biggest play is maybe just trying to focus on things like Swablu. That might not get a chance to evolve. Let's go like Rapid Strike Energy there, because we'll have access to that energy to go for G-Max Rapid Flow next turn. And let's go for Gale Thrust for the knockout. Really putting us in a position where Vaughn has to basically win the game. Like, this game's almost flawless setup for us, and it's just incredibly difficult. Maybe Vaughn plays access to Sylveon VMAX or something in the deck. Like, that's something that I don't think is going to be happening. Magical Shot. Oh, Magical Shot's a good way to knock us out. So we should be Magical Shot. I'm going to let them know. Oh, and there's Rare Candy. Because it would do, yeah, I think it's really close to getting an Oko. We'll have to see how this goes. It's absolutely spooky. So there's the Altaria. I think it's cute because you're able to grab an energy or supporter off the top of your deck, or put it on top, and then you can grab it with a Oranguru or Fleet-Footed. So right now this thing's doing can't, rip. So that's why the Sylveon's in there. You have access to Dream Gift, and you could hit hard with Magical Shot after using Raihan. So I think Vaughn's going to be able to hit for 320 damage. But the Zigzagoon being gone and us knocking that out earlier really looks like it's putting us in that game-winning position. So we're going to give Vaughn the well-played. We just are able to knock out the Guru and the Altaria to win the game. And we don't even have to worry about the Pokemon in the active spot. We could just take out those two, and we are going to be able to snipe around. So when SUICUNE falters a little bit, Rapid Strike Urshifu can just like absolutely go crazy. Again, showing how strong of a deck it is. And that's what we got going on for Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX today. We saw how we're able to use G-Max Rapid Flow, just straight up attacking, Inteleon's quick shooting. We did not see the Medicham in this video, but I'm not going to go out of my way to make a suboptimal play just to show you how a cool card could work. I mean, I think it was obvious how that card could work. You get some things down with quick shooting or G-Max rapid flow, or even just attack into it with Gale Thrust, and then bring it as close as possible, trying to get that multi-prize card turn with the Medicham's Yoga Loop. So be sure to give this deck a try out. I mean, it's not great against Psychic type decks. It's good against a decent portion of the metagame, but as we saw against Vaughn playing Eternatus, certainly a strong matchup, and even other new things like SUICUNE Ludicolo can certainly be a great opportunity to play this deck. That being said, give this video a like if you like Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX, or if you just like watching this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We just passed 5,500. Let's get to 7,500 peeps. We can get there. And let me know in the comments if you like this deck, if you don't like this deck, what's going on. Let's spark a discussion. Being said, I'm going to go edit this one, so I'll catch up with everyone later. Peace out and have a great one. I want to give a huge shout out to everyone who's become a channel member. It's one of those things where I appreciate every single person who watches my videos, and I mean, that's really where it counts, but for the channel members, they've gone out of their way to financially support me, and I truly appreciate that gesture. It's one of those things when I started channel memberships up on my channel, and I just didn't know if anyone was ever going to do it, so I truly appreciate everyone taking the plunge, taking a leap of trust, and investing in me as a content creator. Truly makes a difference for me each and every month. If you haven't already thought about becoming a channel member, you might want to contribute to the channel, and I do put everything back into the channel to make it the best possible place to watch for Pokemon TCG content. Again, I truly appreciate everyone. Thank you so much. Cheers. I truly appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video. It means the world to me. And my goal with this channel is to spread my love of the game and knowledge with our entire Pokemon TCG community. If you haven't already, help signal boost this video to other Pokemon TCG fans by liking it, sharing it with your friends, and subscribing to the channel. Hopefully we reach our goals really soon. Check out this recommended video, and have yourself a great day. Thanks.